So Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo is set for the UFC 288 main event in New Jersey. And when it comes to my prediction, I just kind of have to pick Aljo here. I think he has this one in the bag. I'm really confident in this pick. And some people will not agree with me. Right now, they're sitting at evens on odds. The majority of people are picking Henry Cejudo to win this fight. But I think they're falling for the illusion that is Henry Cejudo. I think Henry Cejudo best days are really far behind him. People aren't looking at the external factors surrounding this fight. People are kind of looking at Cejudo, the name and what he's done. They remember him beating Dillashaw. They remember him TKOing Marlon Moraes, which that win has aged terribly. I mean, I don't think he took his chin, but people are claiming that he took his chin. And then the Dominic Cruz win, which Dominic Cruz was coming in on short notice. I mean, it was reasonably short notice, so there's some arguments to be made. He still had a good amount of time to prepare for that fight, but it was still Dominic Cruz on short notice nevertheless. And he hasn't fought in 3 years. Cejudo has not been in the octagon in 3 years, and that's a big deal. Now, he hasn't been doing absolutely nothing. Like, he's been coaching. I think he was coaching Zhang Weili at one point. He was coaching Davison Figueiredo at one point. So he has been coaching. He has been around the game and a part of the game for a while now. But those 3 years off have made him kind of old. Like, he's 36 years of age, and 36 years old in the bantamweight division is old. By this time, like, once you hit 36 years old, you're getting KO'd, your career's on a decline. You know, bantamweight is not a division for older fighters. It's not like light heavyweight where you can have guys who are in their 40s winning the belt. And Cejudo might be too old for the division. He just might be. He's 5'4". I think like a year ago, he was fat. Like, I think he was like a middleweight weight. Like, not even over a year ago, I don't believe. Like, he was looking big. So, I mean, he's had to get in shape really quickly. And even if he got back to his old shape, even if Cejudo is back to his original shape that he was in, he's small. He's 5'4". He's at basically, what, a 3.5 reach disadvantage against Aljo. And I know people look at Aljo and they kind of think that he has fluked his career almost. And he kind of has. Like, he was winning the Yan fight, then he started to gas out. Yan started to come back and win, but then he hit him with a knee. And then the second Yan fight comes up, and Yan loses his entire corner team before the fight. He's scrambling to find a team to help him. People still thought Aljo lost that fight, even though I think he won that fight 3 rounds to 2. He won by backpacking him. I'm not even going to mention the Dillashaw fight because that itself is kind of fluky, but he did dismantle Dillashaw. Like, that was a good performance, even though Dillashaw was on one arm. And the second Yan fight is really what I have to apply to this fight. He backpacked Yan for 3 rounds. Yan was stuffing the takedowns. Piotr was stuffing all the takedowns that Aljo was throwing his way, but all it takes is one scramble. And that's where I think Aljo is going to be able to outclass and win this on the scorecards against Cejudo, is being able to out scramble him. And when Cejudo does scramble, his back's taken, the body triangle's locked in, and that's a whole round just wasted. Just wasted for Cejudo. Aljo isn't really a takedown guy. Like, you're not going to see Aljo really just get, you know, really sophisticated takedowns. He's more of a jiu-jitsu guy, and he'll scramble and he'll get your back and he'll put the body triangle in and he'll sit there and fish for a rear naked choke for 5 rounds, or he'll just hit you with shots over and over again with his long arms, his long body, because he's kind of a orangutan sort of build that he kind of has. He's a perfectly built fighter to take people's backs. And Henry Cejudo is short, stocky. It's only going to be more easier for Sterling to just put in a body triangle for him. So that's the way I see things taking place on the ground. Cejudo might shoot. Like, it is possible for Cejudo to shoot, but I think that would probably be the dumbest thing that he could possibly do in this fight, is to shoot on Aljamain Sterling, because his jiu-jitsu is literally out of this world. Like, he is really good jiu-jitsu. We saw how quick he dismantled Corey Sandhagen, and we've seen Aljo, when he's on the bottom, he's looking for submissions. I believe he got dropped by Marlon Moraes, and he was looking for submissions the entire time. I think he had like an arm already. So, like, Aljo is really dangerous on the ground. I think when we watch Cejudo, he just doesn't really do much on top. Like, he doesn't really do much in full guard, or doesn't really pass to half guard and then getting to mount and then making his progressions. People typically just get right back up once he gets them down, like Dominic Cruz sort of did that. So I don't really see Cejudo really doing much on the ground to Aljo inside this fight. So it's probably going to take place on the feet, and Aljo can play at range. People forget Aljo is a good striker. He's weird, he's unorthodox, he's rangy as hell, he has really good body kicks, he has really good front kicks, he has really good kicks just in general. And I think with his reach advantage over Cejudo, he's going to be able to play on the outside. He's going to be able to play on the outside, shoot when he wants, get takedowns, and if Cejudo stuffs him in scrambles, that's even better for him. And he can get the back, put the body triangle in, and just call it around for himself. Now, I don't want to sit here and pretend that Cejudo has no chance of winning. Obviously, he has a really good chance of winning. Like, Cejudo's striking is good. I don't want to sit here and just diss and say like Aljo's going to be able to just piece him up on the feet or school him on the feet, because he won't. I think Cejudo's striking is better in general, but I think that Aljo can play that range game for him to eventually get to a scramble position or a position where he can take advantage of Henry Cejudo. That sounded kind of weird when I said take advantage, but Cejudo can possibly KO him in the first round. Can definitely KO him in the later rounds if Aljo gasses himself out like he did in the first Yan fight. It's totally, I can definitely see Henry Cejudo being able to TKO Aljo in the later rounds. I think that would be a great prediction. I just don't think Cejudo's going to be able to be in a position to be able to TKO Aljo. I think Aljo's going to have his back. I think if things do get weird, things do get a bit, dicey for Aljo, he's going to be shooting. He's going to be finding whichever way he needs to get this fight in a good position for him. Another factor I kind of forgot to mention, Aljo does cut a ton of weight. We see it in his videos before. He is lean. People think that he is not natural for the amount of leanness he has on his body. He is literally shredded to the gills when he gets there. Now, obviously, when you cut that much weight, there are sacrifices, and that could be his chin. That could very well be Aljamain Sterling's chin will be awful for this fight. But I just don't think Cejudo has enough power just to crack that chin of Aljo. I think Marlon Moraes has it. I think Petr Yan has it. I don't think Cejudo has as good of striking as Petr Yan. I don't think Cejudo's power really translates as well as Petr Yan's does. I think it's going to be very difficult for Cejudo to crack this puzzle that is Aljamain Sterling. Now, this could happen. It very well could happen, but I'm just not going to bet on it. I'm not going to predict that Cejudo can do that when Yan couldn't. That's kind of how it goes. So I think whoever wins this fight does get Sean O'Malley. If Aljo wins, I think O'Malley will lose to him. I think Aljo will beat Sean O'Malley. I think if Cejudo wins, I think O'Malley probably beats him. But we never know. That's neither here. It's in the future, because I think O'Malley is obviously getting the title shot because they're sitting here letting him wait to get his title shot, which is fine, I guess. Let him have it. He's their big star. He'll sell some pay-per-views, which it kind of works, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch. Same as my name, KYND1E. And also, I'm streaming live on Saturdays. I will be doing a live companion for this fight on Saturday. So be there, be square. If you're tired of hearing Michael Bisping ramble on commentary, you can come listen to me if you want. I'll be there Saturday. Be there, be square, watching the pay-per-view. Peace out.